welcome and good morning. It's a fabulous start of the new week. My name is Rose Blossom and you're watching Women's Corner. It's exciting to be here today. It's another week and very close to the end of the month. I hope you're preparing yourself ahead for the month of August. And while you're still at that, do not forget that this program runs through 11 a.m. to 12 noon every day, Monday through Friday. Any of this program watching live, you have to go through our social media platforms at Galaxy Television on Facebook and on Twitter. Also, we have our app which you can download from Google Play Store or Apple Play Store so you don't miss any of our sections. Today we're saying something very interesting and a very unique topic. We're talking about social and emotional learning. These are the things that you have to learn growing up as a child before you become a grown-up woman or an adult. It's something that is very important. It's one of the key factors I think a lot of let me just stereotype it, a lot of Gen Z don't usually have. They don't have that social learning, or they do not have that emotional learning. They just, they quickly want to just grow fast and do everything and learn everything. But we have intellectual speakers, we have inspirational speakers, and we have mothers, of course, that will be talking to us from their experience while still dishing out advice and at the same time sharing their own experience from others and how better ways we can become better when it comes to knowing our social and emotional learning and being in balance when it comes to life. Anyways, you're welcome again. Let's quickly go on to a short break and I'll be introducing my Zoom guests to you. I cannot wait to have them. They're all looking pretty, see that pretty on their TV, in front of their screen. So we'll be right back, of course, after the short break. Take it away. Alright, welcome back. Yes, I have two Zoom guests like I said earlier on. I'm going to start with Queen Joy. Yes, we had a beauty pageant winner. She's very pretty. Queen Joy Adiola Oluyege. Queen Joy Adiola, can we see her on the screen first, please? Can we have Queen Joy on the screen? Just her alone. Queen Joy Adiola Oluyege is an entrepreneur, a creative director for Joatem Castle. She's the most beautiful girl in Ogun State 2019. Please, this is Sido Gloria. The other guest is Queen Joy. Okay, then she's the most beautiful girl in Ogun State 2019, and she's Miss Economic World Soul 2022. She's also an inspirational speaker. Can we have Queen Joy? Hi, Queen Joy. How you doing? Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And also I have Sido Gloria Oluwatosin. She's an entrepreneur, a fashion film maker, and an actress. Hi, Sido Gloria.
Good morning. So nice to be here. Thank you for another opportunity.
Thank you very much for joining us. So the first thing I'm just going to ask, I'll start from you, Sido Gloria. The first thing is, I know a lot of people find the topic strange, but it's one of the core things we need to know, even as a child till adulthood. What is the first thing that people need to know when it comes to social and emotional learning that people need to understand so that they could actually get it right when it comes to the society?
Emotional learning. The first thing anyone needs to know is interaction. How do we interact? Do you understand? Our interaction leads to our experience, the things we see, the things we come across, and which in turn has a way of molding our understanding. So our understanding finally leads to how we express ourselves, which mostly comes in form of different kind of emotion. So number one is interaction, and that is why the home is the key point where social learning must begin.
Okay, thank you very much. It's where the social learning and emotional learning must begin basically from your home, not even from your environment. It starts from right from your home, what your parents have taught you and how they groomed you to be able to culture yourself. So I'm going to ask Queen Joy, from your experience, you're an inspirational speaker. From experience, what experience can you share with us that you noticed that the problem a certain person had or a group of people had was because of they didn't have that social and emotional learning. They didn't have that. I will not say they didn't have the intelligence because I think that would be too deep. What was the thing you saw that made you determine that, oh, okay, I think the social and emotional learning of this person was probably never there or was slow or was stopped at some point and you needed to correct that? Because I know as a speaker you must have come across a whole lot of persons that made you understand that, okay, this is where the problem is from. Can you share one experience and tell us how you were able to correct such situations and help them, level up and balance up the learnings? Queen Joy, that question is for you. Hello, Queen Joy, can you hear me? Okay, I don't know. It's like the network is pretty bad. So I'm going to ask you, Sido Gloria, based on the question that I asked her, is there any experience that you've had, of someone, having such a problem, but later on you're able to sort it out, or you're able to probably groom the person over time?
Talk about anybody. I will use myself as the case study here. Now, if I told you that before I proceeded into my secondary school, I went to about 10 primary schools. 10. It's like I'm moving from one place to the other, not because I wanted it, but because parents, found themselves in. My mother and father were separated from when I was a little child. My mother had to run after her life, so she kept moving from one place to the other. So each time she moved, she takes me from this school to the other. I've not finished learning one thing, then I'm going. It's like I became. How do I put it? I wasn't doing well in school as a result of that. It wasn't because I was a dull child. I personally, I'm a very intelligent person, but see how that's little acts, how it had effect on me, until my mother took me to my father, and he finally took me to a boarding house somewhere in Ogun State. They gave me, I got when you get double promotion, I got double demotion. From primary 5, I was taken to primary 3. Do you understand? And then I had to start all over again. When I started, I realized that I understood. I was brilliant. I could speak well. I could read. So what was happening before? It was just because of that challenges, that experience I faced as a little child. So most importantly for me, I believe our parents, they are the key to how we express ourselves, how we start to mold our emotions from the understanding we get from the home, from the things we see them do. They have to be our first role model before we are going to see other people outside. Because what we see, what we hear them talk about will make us want to okay, this is how I want to be, this is how I would like to, okay, I'm growing up. This is what I want. This is the outcome I want. Because children, we have this thing called fantasy. We see, we try to act because we are yet to understand. Okay, this is my calling. This is the area I really want. It is from there we now use the situation around us. We now use in molding our mind before we now come to a point to say, okay, this is exactly what I want to do. This is exactly how I want to be. This is exactly how I would like to live. In fact, the situation also helps us discover who we really are. So our parents are the key factor, first key factor to our social and emotional learning. And I pray that a lot of parents, because sometimes when we see a child behaving, in a funny way, the truth is it is what they are seeing their parents do. You get. And most parents, they don't have this training from their own parents. I mean, it just keeps going on and on like that. And we thank God for the school. The schools are trying their best. We thank God for churches, which they are also trying in order to mold the way we reason, our understanding. And if the parents are not working, we have the schools to help. If the schools not working, we have the church to help. So socially, you can see how social interaction also help in molding a child, molding you as an individual and also as a girl child. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I love the fact where you said the emotional learning and the social learning. Now, I know some people still feel it's far-fetched from all we have said. So I'm just going to ask you, what are the examples or the qualities that a lady, let me just start from a lady before becoming a woman. When you have a child, you have to nurture and train that child to have a social and emotional learning. That's the standard of what it should be. Now, what do you think a lady should have, or what do you think she should abide by? The qualities that she has to, abide by, that makes her understand that she already has that social grounding and the emotional grounding. Because I know this affects a lot of mothers, because some of them don't have this emotional ground already. They don't have a social ground. So you see them, if they find it difficult to even train their child the proper way, and even for the child to even be better, because I believe what you have is what you can give. You can't give what you don't have. So it's a thing starting from now. So I'm going to you give us the qualities that shows that emotionally and socially you have that learning as a girl and even as a mother or as a woman. Can you just tell us what qualities you think this should be it?
For a girl child, I would say, what are the qualities? The question is, what are the woman qualities, women qualities that we should have as a woman when we want to behave? Are we just going to go out there and start behaving anyhow? There's a saying that, be a lady, be a lady. Why are they saying we should be a lady? Because there is a particular way a lady needs to act like. Do you understand? You can't be a lady and then you are acting like a man. First and foremost, you are a woman. You have to reason, act, move, speak like a lady. So this is where our mother comes in training that girl child to behave like a lady. Even if there are no guys, you can hear some ladies say, I'm a tomboy. Yeah, because she's in the midst of other boys. But yet, it's still the responsibility of the mother to train that child to behave like a lady. Qualities, the way a lady talks, the way a lady moves, the way a lady dresses. How do you want to appear out there? First and foremost, it comes from your mind. See yourself, picture yourself in your mind. When you picture yourself in your mind, then that which you see, you implement it in your courage, in your speaking, and all that. Then you need to have role models. People you see out there that encourages you, that inspires you. Do you get? When you see them, you like them. Not like you just make yourself to be totally like them. No, you pick those qualities that you see in them, and you start. My sister Blossom, she's sitting. I love the way she made her hair. I love what she's wearing. I think if I wear that, it's going to look nice of me. Then I start to dress that way. It gives me that confidence, that courage, that like I'm a woman with confidence. When I want to speak, there's a way I put my mouth, I roll my mouth. Don't just do anyhow. Do you get? When you see somebody from, let me put it, local area, and then somebody from the island, there are different ways you see the way they move and their courage. You can tell this person is from here, this person is from there, and many times when a lady, what you call it, it's even from a local, but because of the way she has trained herself, she has been trained by her parent, by her mentor and all that, you can't really tell where she's from. You just think she's from way high up there, whereas she's just from a nobody. So those qualities basically is dependent on what you want what you want your outcome to be. If I start naming them, it doesn't really count. But where you are going to, what you want to achieve in life, those things will actually tell you these are your values, these are the values you should follow, these are the qualities you should seek out from, and then you implement it into yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that one. I don't know what's happening with Queen Joy Adeola's Oluyege's network, but hopefully she'll still be able to join us. Now, I want to cite an example. When it comes to a lot of people, I don't know, would you categorize poise and etiquette as one of the things where you have your social and emotional learning? Would you categorize that? Because this question is coming when I posted it on my status, and somebody was asking, is it part of poise and etiquette? Does that have to do with social and emotional learning? I was like, okay, I'm not going to ask that. I have professionals in the house that will be able to do that. So I'm just asking you, do you think learning poise and etiquette, like you said, how she sees, how she talks, is it part of the social and emotional learning?
It's part of the two. Because etiquette is basically helping you to present yourself in a way that is it how the society really wants you? No, in a way that, how do I even put what's that word? That gives you that charisma, that edge above others. Do you get? Like I was talking about, you want to be a lady. For you to be a lady, you must have that etiquette on being a lady, that training, that courage, and the way you speak, the way you move, the way you do your hair, and all that. Do you get? So socially, also, when you go out there, it helps. So it helps. Yeah. It's not just about the emotion. Yeah. The emotion part, the etiquette, that's feeling, that's that contentment, like, oh, I can do this way, I can do that way. It gives you that what you call it, self-awareness, self-expression, and confidence that you would need as a woman. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, we have social learning and emotional learning. It's as deep as it is, but a lot of people have had a lot of misconceptions about this. Now, I'm going to take, for example, when they call social, some people believe is how you, how do I put it? They believe, okay, when you're outside, you're partying or something, how you should behave, or when you eat outside. Yes, it's part of it, but that is, some people have restricted it to eating outside, partying outside, when you're outside with friends, when you're outside with this. They've put it to that small group as social. Then when it comes to emotional, they think the emotional learning is just about how I react to my boyfriend, how I react to my husband, how I react in public. You understand? Yeah, exactly. There's a misconception about this thing, this social and emotional learning. So I just wanted to ask, what do you think is the biggest misconception on this topic, social and emotional learning? What is the biggest misconception, and how would you actually address this misconception if you want to address the people that sit in that line or in that small group and thinking that's where it ends?
Okay. The biggest misconception, it's more of that negative aspect of emotional learning, even social learning, preventing them from having that self-awareness, leading them to their self-expression. Do you get? For instance, what we see these days, they are teaching what is happening abroad. They are teaching them, the ladies, you can be a guy. I mean, what kind of... They're teaching, to be a man. They're teaching the woman, you can be a woman. I mean, what is that? What is that? What are they putting in the mind of these children? So it is very important we know the right way to teach, to express ourselves, the right teachings, basically. That is why, number one, it has to be training from home. That's number one.
Yeah.
When the child now goes out there and somebody now says, you can do this, the child is thinking, no, my mom says it should be done this way. My mom says this is who I am. My mom says this is how I should keep myself. Why is this person asking me to go against what I know and I believe, what I stand for? Do you get? So basically, that negative aspect is that misconception, things that, how would I put it, that doesn't even in line with the word of God. I think that's what I'm just going to say. That misconception is trying to make the girl child or an individual to think negatively about themselves. That which is right, they're telling them is wrong. I'm sorry, that is an outrage misconception. Thank you.
I totally agree. You know, in continuity to what you said, you know, like you said, they are trying to make you believe another thing. They are trying to make the right look wrong and the wrong look right, which is actually not part of the learning. It's something that if we should continue in that pace, we'll lose it all. In fact, I'm so sorry because a lot of people have come out, the people that have actually changed their gender. If you go through social media a lot of people are coming out now. You see some women coming out, okay, like let's say they turned into men, right? They're taking a lot of pills and a lot of surgeries and all of that. And on the long run, they decided that, okay, I want to be a woman, because if you have to be a woman, if you have to give birth, you have to behave like a woman. There are some things you have to do. And you see a lot of them coming out with so much regret, saying that they were taught the wrong thing. They were taught that the right thing was the wrong thing and the wrong thing was the right thing. So a lot of them are trying to, a lot of them are trying to retrace their steps back. And they are going through hell. Let me use that word. They are going through hell. And they are trying to teach other women that appreciate yourself no matter what you are. It's a different thing when you have a lot of hormones like a man and you're having beards on your chest and your jawlines and all of that. It's a different thing than when you are deciding to want to have them. You don't have them when you want to have them. You go do surgeries and all of that. Now, this is a trend. A lot of people are becoming tomboy because they feel tomboy, they have swag. They are more muscular. They are this. They look more cute. I don't know what they see in it, but whatever they see in it, they try to follow that trend. Now, my question is, from your own experience, this is a trend that most young people want to follow. I'm not just talking about this. Most people want to follow if you take, a lot of people want to make money at the age of 22. They want to get the latest car at 23. Some ladies want to have iPhone 14 Pro Max at the age of 23, and you're not working. Your parents can't even afford it. Do you understand? They are trying to follow that trend. Now, from your own experience, so that they would learn, what advice will you give to them? In fact, that this is how you keep maintaining your enthusiasm. This is how you keep maintaining your priority. This is how you keep maintaining your stance and your value, that you are a woman and you have to stand out as a woman. Maybe they could learn from that and follow the pattern. And why I'm asking this question is because as the day goes by, the trend keeps getting, let me use this social word or social media, worse. It keeps getting worse, you understand? So everybody wants to become something. The pressure is getting higher. So how do you maintain that enthusiasm to become a sound person socially and emotionally, so that they could learn too?
Okay. There's what we call, we need to understand that there's time for everything. For a young child, a parent should understand that there's a time where that child should have a phone. There's a time where she's not supposed to have a phone. There's a time where you can dress in a particular way, and there is a time where you need to follow this trend. Why? Because there's time for everything. If you want to run faster than your leg, let me put it that way, you will end up destroying yourself. You want to make money, there's time for everything. You have to go to school, you have to have that training, you have to have that understanding. Not just to have the money, what are you going to do with the money? How do you save? How do you plan for the future? So you want to have the money, when you have not worked for it, I'm sorry, what's going to be the value? You won't value you won't value anything. You imagine you are giving a 10-year-old child iPhone 14. She's not going to value it. As far as she's concerned, that's as one toy that she can use just to show off. But how to use it in a way that will be beneficial to her as well as the society, she doesn't understand that. So we need to understand timing. Even the Word of God says there's time for everything. So you need to understand your timing. When is the time for you to date? When is the time for you to get married? When it's time to have children? There's time for everything. So you can't run faster than your leg, and you have to be content. The stage you are in, once it's time for you to move to the next stage, you will know, because God has given us what is called conscience. He didn't just create us and left us that way. He made us, for some reason, we will know. And once we are having that inclination, we know that, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do at this particular time. Someone like me, I didn't have this understanding. Before I knew what is happening, I was already gone. So I have to come back and start working towards, okay, the times that how can I make up? If you run faster than your leg, you will get burnt. In fact, you probably will have an accident, and before you realize it's either you are dead and gone, or you have to go back and start recalibrating yourself, basically. Let me just use that word. So it's very, very important that we work with our timing. Our parents must understand that there is time for everything. Do not expose those children more than the stage, the things, that period, that era in which they are supposed to be in. Once it's time for them to move to a higher ground, you move them. And once the children, they have this understanding, they will know that, look, there's time for everything. As I'm moving, things that I'm hearing, the way to speak and all that. Timing is everything. Timing. Thank you very much.
Timing. Thank you very, very much. Because of what you just said, I'm going to share a quick story I saw over the weekend on social media, where a family, they are very well to do. Of course, they are big persons in their own way, and it's not something that they could not get their children the iPads and the iPhones and all of that. But the mother and the father, based on the kind of learning they had and the upbringing they had to call their children and tell them, see, you're still in school, and at this point, if I hand you a phone, it will distract you. Even if I put a child lock, a child now can hack into a phone and do anything they want to do without you even knowing, no matter what the child lock is. They can still break down that lock and do whatever they want to do, and you can monitor them all the time. So they call the children together, advise the children. Now, okay, see, I know the pressure is high out there. Your mates, your teens, and everybody has a phone. They snap pictures, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they are all about everything they want to do with their phone. But this is what I want you to do. Just give us some time. Let's try this out. It works for us in our time. We are not going to give you any phone. But all those times you have, been in your room and you're pressing your phone, you're on Snap, you're on this, can we do with family time? Can I teach you some skills? Can we learn some skills? Can we do some things together? So the first week, according to the parent, it was so difficult because they were bored. They were cranky. They were always complaining. My peer did this. Do you know what she did? She has 1 million followers now. She's on TikTok. She's making money and all of that. The girl was like, see, I know you will make money, but now is not the time for you to make money for yourself. We are making the money for you. When you want to make money, we'll tell you when it's time. If you want to make money, we'll tell you the right way to make money. So they start learning how to knit, some learn how to sew, some learn how to do some things with their hands. And before you know it, it said in less than a month, they got used to it. They never asked for phones. They never asked to be on the gram. In fact, even they as parents find it hard to be on the gram, if not because their family have like a TikTok account or an Instagram account. They won't even bother about that. And they noticed that they had so many skills, unlike the other children, where they will probably be twerking on TikTok to make followers. And before you know it, he came out and told every other parent that please try this. It will be Very difficult. The first few weeks, first week, second week, they want to break your bones, but just try it. Engage them. They got so carried away. He was making videos, and you could see the children. They were so busy, even to say hi to the camera was a problem. But they were just so busy, say hi, they go back to what they are doing because they are so engrossed in what they are doing, and that is skills. From there, they can even make money, you understand? They were even making something for Christmas, a sweatshirt and all of that. Now, this is a thing, I'm saying this is because of what you said, when the time is right. Now, from that meeting of stuff, they could become someone that needs and start making money when it's time. But for now, it's not needed. The phone is not needed. It's just going to be a distraction from family, from school, and even creating bonds with their siblings. So yes, I love what you just said. I'm just elaborating it with a story. So Signor Gloria, you're still going to stay with us. Let's quickly go for a short break. Back. You're still on Women's Corner, running through 11 a.m. to 12 noon, and we still have Gloria in the house. So before I let Gloria go, I just have one more question for her. And this question is, can we have Gloria on this screen? Okay, great. So what is the key takeaway you have for your viewers, your audience, and of course your fans, because I know a lot of your fans are watching, that you like them to always remember whenever the pressure is getting worse, or there is the trend keeps changing and you tend to just want to change and go with the flow, what is that takeaway advice you would give to them?
Okay, there are a lot of great advantages of social and emotional learning, and one of them is that self-awareness. Having that self-awareness, who you are, what you stand for, your values, your personal values. Once you have them, and you stand by them, not like you are this today and you are that one tomorrow. You can't stay to one word, one particular thing you say. No, you should have that integrity. So once you have that, knowing that this is who you are, it will help you in every aspect of your interaction, in the way you express yourself, the way you interact with people when talking about things, your understanding. That's your self-awareness. It will also help your self-regulation, to help you regulate your emotions. It will help you know, okay, these are the kind of social skills that I need to know. Basically, increase that self-resilience. So it's very, very important that you know yourself as an individual and walk through that path that you have created for yourself, which will create a bigger, larger outcome for you as an individual in your existence as a person. Thank you.
Okay, great. Just one thing just popped into my head, and that's because of we're talking about social media and all of that, which of course I know it's part just a little of the bigger picture when it comes to social emotional learning. Now I want to ask, do you think this is an emotional problem and a social problem? I'm saying this based on those who watch their pages. Let's take status, for example. I'm going to state Instagram too. As status, you post your status, and usually you're used to having 200, 400 view, and for like a week you've been having maybe 100 or 50 view, and you start feeling emotionally down, or you start feeling you're not enough. You start looking for ways to boost your viewers, the people that are watching your status. Or take example Instagram, you post a picture and you have thousands and thousands of likes, but all of a sudden you start having in hundreds, and that becomes a problem. Then you start seeing that thing draws people back, maybe fall into depression, or they start trying to follow the trend of going to people's houses, snapping pictures, and taking people's cars, snapping pictures, I guess. Do you think this is also a problem?
Social media determine my emotions. That's the mistake a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, Gloria, we are laughing about it. This is a serious issue. A lot of people get depressed.
I know it is. It is.
Okay.
It is. I'm going to share with you. Somebody once said to me that I don't have a lot of followers. I said, so what? The ones I am following, I am, leading them, encouraging them the best way I can. What is the essence of me having so much, followers? What am I portraying to them? You get. Some people are buying, okay, if you do this, you will get this. You are buying your followers.
Yeah.
Why not act naturally? Do you get? Act naturally, be yourself. If people love you, let them love you for who you are, not for what they can get from you. Not because you are dancing, what's that dance you are dancing like that, or you are exposing your body. No. When you expose your body, what are you telling them? You are cheap. So what else is your husband or your what are they going to want to see when the whole world has seen it?
I've seen it all.
Yeah, the social media should not determine how I feel. Rather, if I'm going to go out there, I will put out some that would encourage people, that will inspire people, that will take them to the next level. Do you get? Even to put smiles on their face. I still admire people that do this fun, not bad, funny kind of sitcom, or as in those people that just laugh, just to make you laugh. Sometimes I may be a bad mood, I just go and I just see this, I will laugh. It will lighten my mood. You get? But because I'm not having, people are not liking my picture, then I will go and waste money because I want people to like. Why am I allowing people to determine who I am? No. I'd rather not, and I would not advise anybody to go that route, because for me, they are living a fake life. Let me put it that way. Do you get? A lot of people go out there, but when they are facing trouble, why are they posting it? The negative part, when they are downside, why are they posting it? Do you get? There are some things that you should allow for people to see. Not even everything we are meant to even post out there.
To see.
Do you get? Sometimes, even if you are led, I know of someone that would just post. For some reason, she's led to post. And then when she does it, that particular person that goes to that social media hears it. And in fact, that message is what that person needs for that moment. A lot of people have been saved from suicide. Do you get? From social media. So it's not just about the negative, also the positive things. But then, social media should not determine our emotions, how we feel, our understanding. No. The fact that people are making money from social media doesn't mean, okay, let me just put anything out there. No, I'm against it. But social media is a wonderful way by which people can learn. You learn a lot. I learn a lot from social media, and then and that's where again the parent call me. You need to tell your children that these are the kind of things you should go after on social media. These are the kind of things stay away from, so that when you see that which is wrong, you know is wrong. And when somebody trying to tell you that this is what is wrong is right in social media, you have that understanding to know that what this person is saying is a lie, and it is it's either you just let it go, or you just say one or two words to say, hey, I don't believe you are going against the active, and basically depending on how you are led to speak against what that person is saying. But if not, please, social media should not determine how you live your life. There are a lot of ways it is you as an individual, your awareness as your own self, who you are, your upbringing, the beautiful things. Look, life is sweet. We are the one that's making it more difficult for ourselves, for goodness sake. So social media should not control our life. Yes, it helps in other ways, but there's so many negative things, and we should understand and know when those negative things are up there and we shouldn't follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Little Gloria Onwuatunsi. She's an entrepreneur, a fashion film maker, an actress. She's a whole lot of things, but I couldn't just write all of them. She's a lot. But if you want to hear more, you can contact us. I'll contact her, of course, and she will be there to answer you if you have any questions as regards this or even something else. She's always available. Thank you so much, Sister Gloria, for joining us. Thank you.